Hello and welcome to Chanakyaa. Winter is coming, but the heat is on. You guessed it right. We're going to talk politics today. Our guest today is an eminent motivational speaker. He's an author. He's the founder and CEO of Leadership Foundation. Most importantly, uh, able political analyst and strategist of our times. I take great pleasure in welcoming Mr. JVC Sriram. We are here to pick his brain on his political expertise. Thank you for joining us, sir.
Thank you so much, madam. Thank you so much.
So we want to hear from you about the recent assembly elections that will happen in two states, which is Himachal Pradesh and Gujarat. Let me start with Himachal Pradesh. They've announced the election dates. It's November 12th. Having said that, how is the situation in Himachal? Is it still bidirectional or is it three directional?
First and foremost, I don't think it is going to be a tripolar contest. It is going to be a bipolar contest. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think AAP is making any kind of moves at Himachal Pradesh. In fact,
Mm-hmm.
they lost their entire Himachal Pradesh unit. So at this point in time, although they started off with a lot of fanfare saying that, we are going to focus on Himachal Pradesh, I think they have not been able to get the traction which they thought they would be getting it. As a
Mm-hmm.
result of which, at this point in time, it is purely uh, a bipolar race with Congress and BJP in the race. I don't see any big role of AAP being an vote cutter. There could be CPM in couple of seats. If you notice very carefully, last time CPM did win the Shimla seat, so you could find those kind of parties in the race. But predominantly, it is a bipolar election with rebels playing a more important role, both from
Mm-hmm.
Congress side and more importantly from BJP.
Yeah, the reason for me asking that question was the margin of victory was very narrow. The margin of victory for BJP in the previous election, in almost 30 to 34 seats, was very narrow. It was somewhere around thousand votes or so. That's basically my reason for asking that question.
The margin has always been close because Himachal Pradesh is a very small state. So if you look at it, the margin between the BJP and Congress last year was almost 7%. If I get my statistics right, the electorate is around 3 lakhs vote difference. But that's because the electorate itself is it's a very small state, and most of the constituencies, if you look at it, the margins have always been in a range of say around, because what is it they got? The total number of voters last time was 37 lakhs 84,000, which means
Mm-hmm.
BJP got around 18 lakhs 46,000 and
Mm-hmm.
Congress got close to around 15 lakhs 77,000. So when you have a state of that kind, obviously you will know that anything in double digit is considered to be very close.
Mm-hmm.
Anything in triple digit is considered to be pretty close. Anything in four digit is actually going to be a landslide. So it
Mm.
is not like a Tamil Nadu or probably a Karnataka or Uttar Pradesh kind of election where you
Mm-hmm.
will see a large electorate. Okay.
Okay.
So as a result of which, I think, and if you look at it, most of the constituencies where the BJP won even with 15,000 margin. If I look at a seat like Nachan, which is a reserved seat, they won by 15,000 margin. And I can see another seat by name Bal, which is also an reserved constituency, almost 12,000 margin. So when
Mm-hmm.
you say 15,000 or 12,000 or anything about 10,000 is as good as probably a 40 or a 50,000 in any other state. It would be called as a landslide. So that is how the state is set up.
So I just want to understand who is the face of Congress. Like mm, Priyanka, Mallikarjun Kharge has taken up as the. We know that Mallikarjun Kharge has taken up as the president of Indian National Congress, and this will be his first election. Having said that, Priyanka Odra is trying to project herself as the face of Congress in Himachal. I also have this question: who is actually the face of Congress in Himachal?
Himachal Pradesh, it is faceless. Okay, you were talking about Mallikarjun Kharge. It was not a sarcastic smile; it was a natural smile which came out for me. He's just warming the chair.
I didn't mean to be sarcastic as well, sir.
No. I'm giving a disclaimer for the sake of viewers, okay? Because he has just taken over yesterday. We're doing this interview on Thursday morning. He took over on Wednesday morning. So I don't mean to say anything else, but I think, he is a non-entity as far as Himachal Pradesh is concerned. And later on, when we are going to speak, and Gujarat also is going to be a non-entity. I think if you notice very carefully, the whole Bharat Jodo Yatra, I don't know, you've not asked me the question, but you could have asked, probably you had in mind. The whole Bharat Jodo Yatra could have been reversed. Why was it from Kanyakumari to Kashmir? It could have been from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, right? Now, because, one more important thing is by the time it reaches Kashmir, it is going to be snowing in Kashmir very badly. January is what they're talking about. On the contrary, by September, it's going to be a nice climate for them. They could have probably walked through Himachal Pradesh. And by the time they reach Karnataka, it could have been January or February, where it makes sense to go for a yatra when elections are just 3 months away or 4 months away. But why did they plan? Yeah, why did they plan? They knew pretty well that they're losing Himachal Pradesh badly.
Yeah, I'm sure the only person who can answer is someone who planned it for Rahul Gandhi. But I have
nobody can plan for Rahul Gandhi, Miss Mala. Nobody can plan for Rahul Gandhi. Rahul Gandhi plans by himself. Okay. Because if somebody is going to plan for him, then that person would have been sacked long time back. It is just because that he doesn't listen to anybody. He plans for himself. He writes the destiny for himself, and that is the greatest joke of this century. Is that he writes his own destiny. So as a result of which nobody can plan. So he could have easily done it. And Priyanka Vadra, after the kind of colossal failure in Uttar Pradesh, I don't know.
No, that's what exactly I was trying to ask as well, because after going through what happened in Uttar Pradesh, she's still trying to project, and no one else has spoken about it, and that was pretty surprising for me. So, keeping that aside, so you said that there is no face of Congress. I just want to understand how is the anti-incumbency against the first-time Chief Minister Jairam Thakur?
See, he's not a charismatic person. Actually, if you look at Himachal Pradesh, the only charismatic leader, I would not even call anybody else in this last 20 years, has been Virabhadra Singh. Okay. Shanta Kumar had that kind of persona. But I don't think even P.K. Dumal had that kind of persona. Neither does Jairam Thakur have that. Probably in future, you might see Anurag Thakur having that kind of persona going forward. Okay, the young leader who has already occupied a kind of a center stage as far as Himachal popular politics is concerned. But it's pretty early days for him. He has a long way to go. So as a result of which, Jairam Thakur is not extremely popular. At the same time, he is not unpopular. Okay. In fact, unlike Uttarakhand, where they changed 3 CMs and finally they settled with the new CM who's occupying the seat there, Pushkar Dhami, Himachal Pradesh did not have that kind of problem. In the sense, say, delivery-wise, it has not been a major issue. So as a result of which, Jairam Thakur from time to time has been giving his report card on his own, proactively has been giving report card to the public, to the Prime Minister, to JP Nadda. So as a result of which, I think he has done a decent job. He's not done an amazing job. He's not your yogi kind of person, but he's your calm going, probably a Pramod Sawant kind of chief minister who has gone about his job doing, and he knew pretty well that he knows pretty well. I shouldn't say he knew. He knows pretty well that he has that greatest advantage of Modi ji's name and face, because it is that which is going to carry at the end of the day. Himachal loves Modi. In fact, I should say that both the hill states of Himachal and Uttarakhand, they go much beyond. Okay, if in an assembly election they vote 48%, you can see that it goes to 68% or 69% when it comes to a question of parliamentary polls. Because Modi on his own can carry 20 percentage points up, which is not been seen by anybody else, including Indira Gandhi, was never able to pull that kind of amazing victories. And that's the level of, charm and charisma which
Modi ji carries.
Modi ji carries. And I should tell you, as far as Himachal is concerned, I have a very close person whom I work with. She works with an agriculture company. As a result of which she interacts with a lot of farmers and the influencing farmers and various people. I spoke to her sometime in April or May. She said, Sriram, I think it's going to be back to Congress because the Himachal has got the tradition of voting back and forth. So Saturday.
Exactly. That was again one of my questions because if we take a look at the voting pattern in Himachal, Himachal Pradesh has always been a swing state.
So if it is a swing state, in fact, that's the reason why I reached out to many people. I'm mentioning this particular person basically because she interacts with a lot of farming community. Okay, farming community. When I say farming community, it's not just farmers, distributors, the local influencers, the officers. So she was telling me sometime in the April, May that no, Sriram, I think it will go back to Congress predominantly because I think it is a swing state, as you rightly said. But then I spoke to her on Saturday. In fact, I'm supposed to call her in the day or two. I've not yet spoken to her personally because she's right now in Himachal. I spoke to her on Saturday and she said, it looks like BJP is coming back. And that's what is the hawa which is going around in the ground. So this I'm talking about from the ground. From the ground, the report which obviously, it's not going to be a kind of victory. Last time, I think they won 47, if I'm right. It may not be that kind of a victory. It might be sometime closer to 40 plus or minus 38, 42. That's the range which we are talking about. But it's not going to be an outlandish performance. See, if you look at the swing states, Uttarakhand must have swung.
Yeah.
Goa must have swung. In fact, Goa, even personally, I didn't believe 20. I believed 17, 18. In fact, I still remember in Tandi TV, there is a lady called Ashok Varshin. Okay, during the show, I told her that whatever is the mandate, 4 p.m., suitcases will start changing. And irrespective of suitcases, Goa will be done and dusted. So actually, she scheduled a show with me by 4:30. Okay, and 4:30 I log in and she's not there. And I call her, what, madam, you cancelled it. We are supposed to go live. Sir, what, sir? You told 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock and all. Nothing has happened by now. They've already won. What is there to talk about it? I've abandoned the show. So that's what it is. So I'm not joking. This is the truth. I'm naming the anchor also. I'm naming the TV channel also. Because I went on record on the channel and said, irrespective of what happens, 3 o'clock later only the show starts in Goa, which is what is the belief of many people. Not only me, I think many authors also, political commentators also wrote the same thing. But you like it or dislike it, the mandate was given by people because people know pretty well, irrespective of whatever happens, BJP will form the government. Might as well we'll give the mandate to BJP.
So you're telling the Modi magic is going to work in Himachal too?
See, it's not only Modi magic. If only Veerbhadra Singh was there, Vidarbha Singh, is there.
The 6th Chief Minister of Himachal.
Yeah. So it would have been a very close fight because I think there are units in India, Congress units in India, where the central party do not decide. Please mark my words. There are state units. I will name those units: Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan. These 4 units, earlier Maharashtra used to be like that, but because there is a lot of dissension there, it is no more in that list. Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, these were states which were dominant. Even Punjab earlier, when Amrinder Singh was there, decisions were not taken by the central leadership. It is a regional party. They conduct their party like a regional party. Even today, that is why Karnataka is a tough state for BJP, predominantly because Siddaramaiah and DK Shivkumar, they run the party. Okay, they don't look to, they fund the party. They fund the central leadership itself. So central leadership will have to just only show only. Once they come to Karnataka, keep mum. What DK Shivkumar or Siddaramaiah tells only they have to talk. What Kamal Nath tells only they have to talk. What Ashok Gehlot tells only they have to talk. What Baghel tells only they have to talk. No, that is
probably. Can I ask, has that been one of the reasons for the downfall of Congress?
No.
No?
actually speaking, they empowered, wherever they empowered the local leadership had delivered. When a Y.S. Rajashekar Reddy was empowered, he delivered. When an A.K. Antony was empowered in Kerala and he ran like an autonomous unit, he delivered. When probably a Kamalnath was empowered, he delivered. Kamalnath was empowered so much so that Scindia did not have a role to play. That is why Scindia walked out of the party.
Now, considering, right, if so much of autonomy was given to the regional parties, how would the central leadership manage to handle situations like what is happening in Karnataka now? We all know what's happening between Siddaramaiah and D.K. Shivkumar.
See,
But such
I think
this.
Mala, 1 minute. Let me just tell you. All this talk, which I also talk about in terms of his between Siddaramaiah and D.K. Shivkumar, is good to hear. But internally, they know pretty well. You know how much of pressure BJP put on D.K. Shivkumar? How much of pressure they put on D.K. Shivkumar? They put enormous pressure. He didn't budge. He said, Namaste, I am staying with Congress. Why? He knew pretty well that he knows even now. Well, I'm not saying that he will not plot the defeat of Siddaramaiah in assembly election, but at this point in time, they are united. The temporary truce is there. They will fight amongst themselves. That is Indira Gandhi's model. Indira Gandhi never allowed one leader to survive in any state. She always created parallel structure. If there is a Chenna Reddy, there will be a Kota Vijayabhaskar Reddy. There will also be a Rajashekar Reddy. If there is a Mupanar, there will be a Vadapati Ramurthy. That is how she survived because nobody could question her leadership. Okay. But if you don't empower your state units, you cannot succeed. Yogi Adityanath was empowered. That is why he could deliver. Yes, he took the help of Modi. He took the help of Amit Shah in a big way, but he delivered. Let's understand that.
Okay. So I think over to Gujarat, the most expected and the most predictable state, I should say. What is your take on Gujarat, sir?
See, it was a 2017 was a year where Congress could have definitely flipped Gujarat. GST was implemented, and any radical reform, when it gets implemented, there would always be a challenge. There was a Patel problem. There was kind of they were coming out of demonetization. The business was disrupted. It is a business state. It is a state of traders. It is a state of entrepreneurs. It is a state of farmers. It is a state of tribals. Accepted. But the influencers are the businessmen, the business people. So, in fact, they came close. There is no doubt about that. They came close. But the very fact that Rahul Gandhi had invested so much of time, energy, resources on Gujarat, I think that defeat demotivated him like anything. I think I can understand somebody. That was a defeat where it is like that last ball six of Miandad against India in Sharjah.
What did they do wrong, sir?
No, they did everything right, but Modi knew what to do right. He knew pretty well that Surat, if I can sweep Surat, if I can sweep the southern Gujarat, he knew pretty well that Saurashtra was difficult. He knew pretty well that North Gujarat was difficult. But he felt that if I can sweep South Gujarat, if I can perform decently in central Gujarat, if I can sweep Kutch, then I'm home and dry. Now, that kind of strategy, because Modi is a strategist. Right before today we all talk about, even I call myself political strategist, we are bachas in front of him. He is a Chanakyaa. He is the original Chanakyaa. Your channel can call yourself as Chanakyaa with due respect to Pandey sir. Okay. But after the original Chanakya, the next Chanakya who deserves that name is Narendra Modi.
I thought it's
not even Amit Shah. No. Amit Shah is walking the footsteps of Modi. Okay. Gujarat, in his first victory in 1987 in the Ahmedabad Municipal Corporation election, you go and ask there, they will tell you what kind of strategy he deployed. He only needed a person who can execute that strategy. Amit Shah executes the strategy developed by Narendra Modi. He's a master strategist. Okay.
Perfect.
You cannot compare anybody else. In fact, even immediately somebody from Tamil Nadu will jump around and say, what about Karnanidhi? Karnanidhi was a strategist. But when he knew pretty well that he was losing an election, he could do nothing. But Narendra Modi, when he knew pretty well that he is losing an election, he could do everything to flip it. That is the difference between Modi and anybody else. Okay. And that is what is a great strategist. So he just flipped it.
Probably he didn't have a charming opponent like M.G. Ramachandran. No, just kidding.
So that's what I would say. So it's a strategy. So his strategy ensured that he flipped. So I think Rahul Gandhi must have reasons to believe that I think this man is unbeatable. Okay. And even then, Madhya Pradesh was, with the scuff of the neck was taken. Chhattisgarh was swept. Rajasthan was won again, but with a lot of pain. But still, I think Rahul Gandhi felt that this man is unbeatable. That's the reason why he ran away.
AAP's vote share is increasing in Gujarat. Is that not a threat?
No, it is not an
Will that
immediate.
not flip the coin in certain areas where BJP is weak in Gujarat, like Saurashtra, as you mentioned, the Saurashtra
See,
region?
I think if you look at it, in Kerala, BJP gets around 12 to 15% votes, and there are constituencies where they get even 28 to 32% votes.
Mm.
But till now, in the history of Kerala election, they only won one seat. Only one MLA seat they won. Okay. Now you can in Uttar Pradesh, BSP cornered around close to around 14% of votes, but they could just get one seat. Now, for a political party which has a single digit or even double digit vote percentage, for that to convert into seats, you need to be like a party like a PMK, Patali Makkal Katchi. Patali Makkal Katchi always had only around 5 to 6% of votes. But that 5 to 6% of votes can translate into 12, 15, even 16 seats or even 5 parliamentary seats, predominantly because they are located. No. They are located in one area. They are densely populated in one area. Okay. If you look at it, Dharmapuri, Krishnagiri, up to an extent Salem, Vellore, then you will come to Kadalur, you will come to Vilupuram, you will come to Dindivanam, Chengalpet. That's all. And then it will extend up to Kumbakonam, up to probably Tanjavur, it will extend. But those were all less numbers. So their community votes is. So a party like BSP, Jatav, it's spread across UP. Yes, in Western UP, there are many Jats, but it's spread across UP. As a result of which, if you have 12 to 15% of votes concentrated in one area, it can give you seats. If you have 12 to 15% of votes, but your voters are spread across the entire state, it will not give you even a single seat. Why is Nam Tamil Katchi not winning a single seat now?
But those parties can play a spoiler role. But I don't believe Gujarat is such a weak state that AAP can play a spoiler role.
No, AAP cannot spoil. AAP, if not anything else, AAP will probably play a spoil role for Congress.
For Congress, okay.
Okay, because anti-incumbency vote, and I'm not going to vote for BJP. If somebody thinks, okay, fine, let me vote for Congress. Congress, I've been voting for from 1985, I've been voting only for Congress. Let me now this time vote for AAP. That's how AAP will get votes. So I don't believe that AAP will be in double digit. In fact, I've been telling all along, AAP will be in single digit, Congress will be in double digit, BJP will be in triple digit. I'm not saying that it is going to win 150 seats.
Fourth time, right?
That's going 1995, 1998, 2002, 2007, 2012, 2017. This is the seventh time. Seventh consecutive victory.
So you declared it as victory already.
Yeah, seventh consecutive victory, and probably bigger than a victory which was orchestrated by Sri Narendra Modi in 2002, where they won 127 seats.
As a strategist, sir, what would have been your game plan if you were to design the strategy for Congress in Gujarat today?
See, I would say that they should consolidate the Muslim votes. They should consolidate Muslim votes. They should consolidate. They will have to do a voter profiling in every booth where traditionally who have been the non-BJP voters. how much percentage have been the non-BJP? And they should have formed an alliance with NCP and the tribal party and all other parties and add a unified picture. And more importantly, they do not have a candidate who can stand in front of Narendra Modi and a nominee of Narendra Modi. See, because it is not only Narendra Modi, you have Amit Shah, now you have C.R. Patel, then you have Bhupen Patel, then you have a battalion of leaders, and Congress does not have. And Gujaratis do not like cursing businessmen. Now, the whole plan of Rahul Gandhi has always been to blame Adani and Ambani. No, that is not liked by them. They feel that they are the ones who give us employment. They are the revenue generators. They are the rainmakers. And you go on talking bad about rainmakers. You go and tell any farmer, if you go and talk about bad about Varuna and Surya, he will get upset. Because the sun doesn't rise, agriculture is not going to work. If the rains do not come at the right time, then the crops will not be proper. So as a result of which, they pray to sun god and Varuna. But here is a man who abuse your gods because they are the ones who give employment. As a result of which, they got it wrong. And they have not invested in any single leader. In fact, why Rahul Gandhi got annoyed and has not come to Gujarat is because Gujarat Congress leaders have told very clearly that do not speak bad about Ambani and Adani. The more you speak bad about them, the more voters who gets repelled. So at the height, at the air level, Air Force level, I'm talking about, you will have that strategy. At the ground level, voter profiling in every booth, you have to play the BJP's game to beat BJP. But do they have that kind of Karyakartas Congress? Do they have the ground force? Do they have a set of volunteers who can go and talk to the voters day in and day out, try to profile them, try to get them and see what is their disenchantment with the local MLA? 7 times, madam, you will have MLAs who have got the anti-incumbents. Correct? Trust me.
Has there been a reduction or a dip in the vote share of BJP in Gujarat? Or has it ever been, have you ever noticed a fluctuation?
It has only gone up. Okay, because it's a tripolar fight this time, probably they might lose, but I heard that Amit Shah is targeting 55%. Because that is what the maximum Congress got in 1985 under the Madhav Singh Solanki's leadership.
So 6 consecutive times, there has never been even a drop in vote.
No. It has only gone up. It has only gone up. It has only gone up. Let me just tell you. In 1985, it was 14%, 14.96%. In 1990, it was 26.89%. In 1995, it was 42.51%. 1998, it was 44.81%. 2002, it was 49.85%. 2007, it was 49.12%. In 2012, it was a drop, 47.85%. And in 2017, it was 49.05%. This is the vote share.
The drop was not very significant, actually.
It was not very significant. It was not very significant. At the same time, the Congress, it was 55.55 in 1985, 30.47 in 1990. 1995, it was 32.85. 1998, it was 34.85. In 2002, it was 39.28. 2007, it was 38. 2012, it was 38.93. And 2017, it was 41.44. In 2012, it was because both BJP and Congress had a drop because the Keshubai Patel faction was fighting there.
Thank you very much, sir. I would like to actually continue this discussion in another fashion.
I don't have good news. I don't have good news to share with you regarding BJP for Karnataka.
I'm okay, sir. I'm okay with bad news with bad news.
No, I'm telling you because I don't have. In fact, I have very, very good news for Congress supporters. It will be music to their ears. So that's what I would like to tell at this point in time. Thank you very much, Malak. It's a pleasure speaking.
Thank you. Thank you so much.